Trying something a little different here. I'm just gonna do, I'm just gonna do Tuesday. Whenever I go live, I go live. If you guys join, great. If not, that's okay. You guys can watch on the upload. I just want to do a test here to just go live randomly to see how many people actually get the notification and join in, and how many people watch it after the fact if you weren't here live. So we're just gonna test it right now. But hey, I'm back. My name is Rodney. If you already knew that, thank you so much for coming back and watching this podcast. I missed last week because I wasn't here at home. I was back in the place where I grew up in Scranton, and I couldn't really get away to do anything. So I'm here now, and we're talking all things Raiders. We got some stuff to talk about. Brady saying some things, man. He's saying some things. Nate Hobbs, we want to talk about him. If you guys are new, all you need to know is you throw these comments there, and I'll put them up on the screen. Interesting. But what's going on with you guys? How you guys doing? How we feeling? What's good, man? Nothing much. We'll get into your other comment in a second. I just finished my win-loss prediction video. The script is up on Patreon, but the whole video is up on Patreon right now. I'll probably premiere that tomorrow. So if you want to see that, patreon.com/ALLaBorde Raiders, link in the description below. If you want to see that early, you just go to the link and you find out how. Yeah, it was a tough video to make because I honestly had no idea how. I still really don't know how good we are as a team. I don't know if we improved one bit from last year. I'd like to think we did. Listen, I try to be as unbiased as possible when it comes to making the win-loss prediction thing. And you guys might think I'm crazy with some of my predictions. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah. Brady has to be talking about Jimmy or Cam. Well, I mean, let's just get into this. There was a couple teams vying for, his ability, him as a player. The Raiders were definitely one of them. They were rumored to offer him somewhere in the $20 million range. The 49ers maybe also were a team that kind of inquired about him, but then said no. The Titans were in the mix. I don't know. I don't think he's talking about Cam because I don't think at the time that Cam was signed, he had any concern who the Patriots were going to sign. I actually do think he's talking about Derek Carr. Now, what does that mean? I mean, am I going to get upset that Tom Brady thinks that Derek Carr is a bad quarterback or not as good as him? I mean, listen, Tom Brady is the type of personality that he would say that if Aaron Rodgers was picked over him or if Patrick Mahomes was picked over him, he would say, "You're going with that mother," But I do think that, Derek would maybe use this to sort of fuel his fire. Say, I am that guy, and watch what happens this season. I don't know, only time will tell. But listen, I'm not a big fan of Brady to begin with. This doesn't help. I really wish we beat them last year. I was just watching the highlights for that game yesterday, and it was a 7-point game going into the fourth quarter. We cut it to 4. They go down and score. We turn the ball over. They score again. We turn the ball over. They score again, and it's over before the fourth quarter even gets to the halfway point. But, maybe we'll see him again in the Super Bowl. Doubt it, but it'd be kind of nice to get revenge on him there. Derek Carr is a weird player, man. He always seems to catch an unnecessary amount of disrespect from the media, from Raiders fans, from people who don't watch the Raiders. And people who don't watch the Raiders, I understand. They're just saying what the media says, They're just saying, "Oh, Max Kellerman doesn't like him, so he must be bad or something." I understand that, but it's just some Raider fans that actually get on my nerves, that disrespect him in such a way. But, this is par for the course for Derek, and he doesn't seem to get fazed by it all that much. He said he was tired of being disrespected. He played very well last season. And this season, I think he's going to play even better. The Bears and Mitchell Trubisky, that's also potential. I mean, I just don't think he wanted to play in Chicago, so I don't see why he would be upset that they would roll with Trubisky, although that comment would make more sense if he was talking about Trubisky. Trevor, what's up, man? Just checking in on my break to say what's up. What's up, man? How we doing? What do you think about the Brady comments? You guys are also here. I'll just show you the proof here. You guys will also be very happy to know that I am currently in the midst of recording the next Madden series, playing through the schedule. We got a new camera angle there. We're gonna do some better editing. We're gonna make this as good as it can be for you guys. I played the first 2 weeks against Baltimore and against Pittsburgh. Obviously, I'm not gonna spoil the outcome of those games. Just know that they're happening, and that it should be an interesting watch. But yeah, those videos will be. I think I'm gonna play a few more before I start editing those. Like I said, the win-loss prediction video will be up tomorrow, but it's up right now on Patreon. So yeah, what else are you guys thinking about the Brady comments? And I guess, give me your theories as to who you think he was talking about. Was he talking about Derek Carr? Was he talking about Ryan Tannehill? Was he talking about Mitchell Trubisky? Excuse me, Jimmy Garoppolo. Who else would he be talking about? I don't know. But, who was it? When are they coming out? The Madden videos? I would say the first one would probably be the very next video, not Thursday, because that's going to be a Thursday night quarterback. Probably, what's today? Tuesday. I would say sometime next week, early to mid next week, Tuesday or Wednesday, the first video will be up on YouTube. It'll be up probably tomorrow or the next day on Patreon. Both of them probably will be within the next few days. And then we're going to go a little week by week ski. So I hope that answers your question. But I do actually think it was Derek Carr who he was talking about. I don't much care. I know there's people fired up about it. I just hope that Derek Carr takes it and he runs with it and he uses it as like whiteboard material. But here's the thing. Derek Carr, it's hard for Derek Carr to be like, I can't believe he said that about me, because we don't really know for sure if that was the case. Now, we know Derek Carr's got a little chip on his shoulder when it comes to Tom Brady, because he referenced midway through last year, when I came here, there was a Tom Brady picture on the newspaper on my front, my front friggin' lawn or whatever, and that didn't sit well with them. I'm trying to block out this glare. There we go. So, he does not enjoy having the Brady to Vegas rumors, and I understand that. And he did play well. He played about as well as Brady did last year. Actually, we should pull the stats up. He said that he destroyed them when he plays them. I'm not sure when the video of him saying that was recorded. Did he say that? I don't remember that. Let's look up. Let's do this. Derek Carr stats. Now, I know Tom Brady threw 40 touchdowns. It's really good. But he also, look at the weapons he has compared to Derek Carr's. And listen, we got good weapons. Don't get me wrong. But, So here's Derek Carr. I'll share the screen for you. We're comparing Brady to Carr right now, last year. And keep in mind that Brady was on a significantly better team, but you guys know that, of course. Okay. Share. Okay, you guys can see that? Yeah. Okay, in 2020, he completed 67% of his passes, 4,000 yards, 27 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. What was his QBR here? Where are we at? 71. And then what was his quarterback rating? Am I blind? Where is it? No, it's right here. It's right next to it. 101.4. He's increased that every single year except right here, which is pretty good. Okay, so that's Derek Carr right here. Really good season. He also had how many rushing touchdowns? I don't know, somewhere. He had 5 game-winning drives. That's pretty good. Okay, so we know Derek Carr. So now let's go to Tom Brady. Tom Brady. Tom Brady last year, 4,600, 40 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Okay, so the only big difference there is that he just threw a lot more touchdowns. Wow, he's played a long time, huh? His QBR was 72, and his quarterback rating was 102. So this is what you really want to look at here when you're comparing quarterback seasons last year is the QBR, because it doesn't take into, or it takes into account that Derek Carr did the same amount with less. I mean, these are almost identical numbers right here. Derek's was 101 and 71. So they had pretty much the same season, and Tom Brady had a significantly better team. So, I mean, listen, Tom Brady, like I said, he would say that if Patrick Mahomes was replacing him. He would say that if Dan Marino was replacing him. If anybody that's a Hall of Fame quarterback was replacing him, he would say that about him. However, I understand that people are upset that he called Derek Carr out. I do believe it's actually him, and you know what? I'm fine with it. I don't really care. It is what it is. All the cliches. That's where the cookie crumbles. Whatever. Next time they played that team, he destroyed them. Interesting. A team with a defense. Yeah, exactly. So that's where I land on it. I don't know. You guys let me know how you feel about that. If you're not watching this live, if you're catching it on the rewind, comment. Let me know how you guys feel about that. What else do we want to talk about? Do we want to talk about Nate Hobbs? Because apparently he's balling out and might start. Now, if that is the case, that's huge. Because we're going to have 3 of our draft picks starting immediately, not just because we need them to, but because they're really good. Alex Leatherwood, he's going to be our starting right tackle. Trayvon Merrick, who's really fun to play with on Madden, just to let you guys know, is also going to start, obviously. And then Nate Hobbs is fighting for a starting position. I'm excited. I didn't know who he was when we drafted him. Nobody else did. Don't pretend like you did. Unless you're an Illinois fan. If you are, God bless you. But it's exciting. I don't know. It's weird because, apparently Damon Arnett's already out of the rotation. So that's a little concerning. But Nate Hobbs is. This is a weird. It's weird to look back at the Mayock and Gruden draft picks, because on one hand you have people like Arnett who might be a little or Farrell who's good but definitely isn't good enough to be the 5th overall pick or whatever he was, the 4th overall pick. Then you got guys like Max Crosby and Trayvon Mullen who were steals in the 2nd round and the 4th round. And you got guys like Josh Jacobs who are living up to their potential with the 24th pick or whatever. And then you have people like Jonathan Abram, who started off good but now is struggling. Drafting is hard. And if you can get impact players to fill positions, that's great. I need for the Raiders to do a better job of signing free agents. I'm really not worried about their development in the draft, because Hunter Renfrow, Max Crosby, Henry Ruggs and Brian Edwards are going to be really good. I can promise you that. Clelin Ferrell is a good player, although he's not the player that they wanted him to be. He's a really good player. And hey, it's his 3rd year. Let's take a chill pill on him. Josh Jacobs, really good player. I'm trying to think of other people we took who turned out to be really, really good. Colton Miller, really great left tackle. There's people like Alec Ingold that we found that were undrafted. These guys do develop into really good players. I'm not ever worried about their drafting ability. It's the free agents that scare me, because we haven't had a really good signing in a while. The only one that I can think of is Nelson Aguilar, and I don't know if that's because Derek Carr is that good of a quarterback or because we actually saw something in him because we didn't pay him that much. Kwiatkowski was a decent signing. Other than that, nothing has really worked out. So I need this crop. I need Casey Hayward. I need Yannick Ngakoue to just be what you're supposed to be. Solomon Thomas, live up to that potential. If that could happen, gosh, that would be massive. Don't believe everything you hear? Absolutely. We don't know if he's talking about him. Yeah, we have no idea. But listen, on paper, Kenyon Drake. I need Kenyon Drake. And you know what's interesting about Kenyon Drake? We didn't pay Aguilar the money that he wanted, but we pretty much took that money and gave it to Kenyon Drake. Now, I was thinking last night, I was thinking, would I rather have Kenyon Drake or Nelson Aguilar? And I think I'd rather have Kenyon Drake. Reason being, he doesn't really take away Josh Jacobs' reps because he's just going to come in as Devin Booker would, and also he'll catch the ball out of the backfield, or we'll put him in the slot every now and again. Nelson Aguilar was great for us, don't get me wrong, but he was stunting the development of Edwards and Ruggs. There's just no doubt about it. It's not his fault. It's nobody's fault. He's a really good player. Nobody expected that. But when we saw Michael Crabtree, we didn't have anybody. We just had Amari Cooper who had to develop also. We didn't have Amari and another good rookie. So I think it was good to let Aguilar walk, to let Ruggs and Edwards develop. We still have John Brown in case we need somebody else to bail us out. But I do think I'd rather have Kenyon Drake. And the reason I say that is because I've been playing these Madden games with the updated rosters. And again, I don't want to give away the results of those games. I'm not saying that I won those games or I lost them or whatever. I'm just saying, on paper, this is a really fun team to play with. Does that mean anything at all in real life? Absolutely not. But on paper, there's a lot. If you're a defense, there's a lot to cover. That's all I'm saying. Aguilar was a scheme fit. That's why he had success. Yeah, I think he's going to be borderline bad. It's not going to be that he's going to be bad in New England, but there's no quarterback there. There's nobody there. Mac Jones could be good, but he's not going to be good this year. He's not going to even start. And Cam Newton is bad. I mean, I had Cam at like 24 or lower on my quarterback ranking. Actually, we could pull them up right now because I have a Google Doc. I'll pull up my quarterback rankings. I don't know if you guys watched that live stream that I did with Eric a couple Thursdays ago where we ranked all our quarterbacks. So I'll pull that up and you guys can tell me where. And listen, this is the podcast, man. We fluctuate. We talk about whatever we want to talk about. You guys want to drive the conversation whichever way you want. I'm here for it. Let's do this. Okay. We're going to pull this up. You guys tell me you agree, you disagree. What? How are we feeling about this? Okay, I'm just going to lower the font here so I can get it all in one shot. There we go. Then I'm going to share the screen. And you guys are going to tell me how you feel about my quarterback rankings list if you haven't seen the video that I did. And if you haven't, I would suggest you go watch that after this because we do go into in depth as to why you don't see his list on here. Also, we go into depth as to why we have certain people in certain spots. So here we go. Here's my list. How are you guys feeling about this? How are you feeling about this list? Because who are we talking about? Cam Newton. Where do I have Cam? Where is he? Oh, I have him at 32. He's not even on the screen. There he is. I mean, I'm not a hater. He was by far the worst quarterback in the league last year. He didn't do anything. Guys, there were games where he would throw for like 40 yards the whole game. Like, I'm not a hater. Like, he just doesn't have it anymore. At one time, he was an MVP of the league. He's not that anymore. I have Derek Carr at 8. Pro Football Focus had him at 14, which is okay. But they put Baker ahead of him. I mean, in what plan is Baker better than Derek Carr? I apologize. I'm about to blow my nose. This is going to sound terrible. So sorry. Sorry I had to do that. But yeah, how do you guys feel about this list? What are you guys' initial thoughts? If you guys haven't seen it, if you have, whatever. But I do think biggest jump here could be, and if you guys have just joined, this is my list that I made. I think biggest jump could be Burrow at the end of the season to top 10. Herbert could definitely make that jump as well. We'll see how the rookies do. Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson. Biggest fall. I don't know. Baker might have an off year. Jared Goff is going to be in Detroit. It's going to be tough for him. I saw Chris Sims had Jared Goff like 32 or something like that. That's ridiculous. That's so stupid. It's so dumb. He had 7 passing touchdowns, Cam Newton did. That was terrible. He was good until he got the Rona. Well, That's unfortunate. Started him week 2 in fantasy, and he got me 30 points. Yeah, he probably balled out when he played against us. I can't believe he lost to the Patriots. But yeah, this is my list. I just wanted to bring that up there. But yeah, I like. Oh, why are we talking about that? Oh, because Nelson Aguilar. Yeah, Aguilar's just not going to be. He's just not going to do what he did this year. I'll tell you that much. He's not going to be what he did last year. This year, it's just not going to happen. But yeah. All right, I think I'm about to wrap up here. I appreciate you guys just hopping in here. My test of going live just randomly solidified what I already knew, which was it doesn't matter if I set this up a day in advance. I get them out around the same number of people joining. So yeah, I guess I'm just going to go live Tuesday, and it's going to be completely random. I'm also doing this because some people can't watch it at the time I do it, which is 6. So I try to go a little bit earlier. Maybe next time I'll go a little bit later. Give everyone an equal opportunity to watch it live. Thursday, we're going to do Thursday Night Quarterback. We're going to do AFC West predictions, me and Eric. So please be there. And we're not doing donations on that show anymore. We're just, if you comment, I'm going to throw it up on the screen. That's stupid to do donations. So yeah, if you guys want to talk about anything else, throw it in the comments real fast. If not, I'm going to play another 2 Madden games here and get ready to start uploading those. Like I said on Patreon, link in the description below. My win-loss predictions video is already up. If you want to wait till tomorrow night to see it, that's cool. You can wait. If not, you could sign up and see it right now. Another cool tier is if you ever wanted to join this live stream right now, that's a tier on Patreon. If you sign up, you could literally join my live stream. We could split screen and talk it together. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And as always, please be sure to subscribe. It is free after all, no charge to you. And just win, baby.